Have you ever wondered what drives someone to follow a leader capable of changing the world? Askin Nakk Le Vaar, the eccentric Sternritter of the Quincy army, is one of those intriguing figures. He doesn't follow Yhwach blindly out of loyalty, but out of curiosity. He wants to see what kind of world Yhwach will create. But who is this character, and what makes him so unique in the midst of a brutal war? Askin is an elegant man, with black hair and a slender posture. He stands out not just for his ornate clothing and laid-back demeanor, but also for his unusual abilities. His power, known as the Deathdealing, allows him to manipulate the lethal dose of any substance, making him a deadly opponent for anyone who crosses his path. But Askin doesn't like to use brute force to win. He prefers an elegant approach, always seeking to kill strategically and intelligently, without the excessive use of violence. Askin's carefree behavior sometimes hides a sharp and dangerous mind. During the Thousand-Year Blood War, he often cracks jokes and belittles his opponents, but in decisive moments, he shows his true cunning. When confronted by Captain Mayuri Kurotsuchi, he strategically retreats, recognizing that it would be a waste of time to try different ways to defeat such a calculated adversary. Even so, he doesn't miss the opportunity to plant doubt in Mayuri's mind, suggesting he might be setting a trap. In fact, Askin always seems to be one step ahead, calculating every move with almost surgical precision. This allowed him to survive fatal attacks from powerful enemies like Oetsu Nemaya and Yorichi Shihoin. However, his greatest strength may lie in his ability to quickly adapt to any situation, developing immunities to energy-based attacks in minutes. This makes him one of the toughest Sternritters to defeat, a true threat to anyone who underestimates him. During the final battle, Askin reveals another layer of his personality, a deep respect for the intellect of his opponents. He admits his admiration for Kisuke Urahara, recognizing that the shinigami is someone with whom he can genuinely exchange ideas and strategies. Even in the middle of a survival fight, Askin doesn't miss the opportunity to praise Kisuke's brilliant mind, showing that, for him, the battle is not just physical, but also a duel of intelligence. But what truly motivates Askin to keep fighting alongside Yhwach? Is it merely curiosity, or does he see something deeper in Yhwach's vision for the world? He doesn't just seek to follow orders, but is intrigued by the future this new world will bring. A world where everything we know will be rewritten. It is this quest for answers that keeps him fighting, even when death seems inevitable. However, at the end of his journey, Askin finds himself in a delicate position. After being resurrected by Yhwach's power, he faces off against powerful characters like Ichigo Kurosaki, Grimmjow Jaegerjakas, and Kisuke Urahara. Even surrounded by formidable enemies, he remains confident in his abilities, until the very last moment when he faces death. But was he prepared for the unexpected? His immunity, which seemed to be his greatest strength, ended up becoming his weakness when Kisuke and Grimmjow found ways to circumvent it, leading him to a tragic fate. And now the question remains, what would have happened if Askin had survived until the end? Would he have continued by Yhwach's side, or would his curiosity have led him down a new path? More importantly, how far would you go to discover what someone with the power to change the world would truly create?